It's time for Cigar Talk, the fastest growing cigar show in the nation. Whether you're a new cigar enthusiast or a cigar aficionado, we have something for everyone, bringing you the best interviews, cigar reviews, and weekly giveaways. So grab yourself a cigar.
It's time to light 'em up.
Welcome back to Cigar Talk. I'm your host, Rob Jones. We got Bryant Falconer, co-host extraordinaire.
Nope.
What's going on, brother?
Hey, man, doing good.
Awesome. So let's jump right in to what we're smoking. I'm going to let you go first.
I'm smoking a Monte Cristo 100 Days.
How is it?
Great.
What is that like? I've never had
It's
one,
medium
of course.
to medium bold. A lot of cedar, minimal pepper. I'm in the second, third right now, and I'm getting the pepper more than anything right now. But kind of cocoa-ish also. It's a good stick, man. I gave you one.
Monte Cristo, is that the one you gave me?
Yes, I gave you
cool,
one. So
man. Cool.
we'll see how you review it. Because we know you.
Hey, I'm always up to try a new stick.
Yes. But then when it has the name Monte Cristo, you're like, but
So
it's a good stick, bro.
this is a good stick. So
Here we go.
Wait a minute. I've been saving this stick because, last week was my birthday.
Yeah, sure.
My wife surprised me with this number 9, 1926 natural.
That's a great surprise.
Mm-hmm.
That is a great surprise.
And I couldn't find it before the show. That's why I was like, where the hell did that stick go? But it was in the humidor in the bottom drawer.
Where it needs to be.
I thought it was in the middle drawer. And then, of course, I tore down the studio looking for it.
Oh, there it is.
But, yeah.
So that's why when Luke walked in, he said, why does this place look like this? Before I left.
That's such a beautiful stick. Hey, well, let's talk about what we're drinking right quick. Man, I'm excited to try this. I know we've had the Old Scout straight bourbon when Sean O'Connor came down, but that was a special batch.
Yes, sir.
But this was in the liquor store, and I was like, hey, it's not the small batch, but that was pretty damn good.
I
So
like how you said that.
Yeah, we're going to try it.
It was in the liquor store.
Hey, man, I tell you what, I found myself a liquor store that I'm really digging here lately.
Okay.
And I'm not going to tell anybody what it is, because let me tell you this. I asked him again today. I said, you got any Eagle Rare? And he was like, oh, man, we had some Saturday. And they sold it. But I was like, these guys are getting it in.
Yeah, so I want to
and they're
keep
open to selling it. Because I went over to Oasis not long ago, and I asked for the Eagle Rare. And the girl's like, yeah, I think we got some in the back. And then she comes back out and she's like, oh, no, I'm sorry, we don't. And then the manager comes over to me and says, were you the guy looking for the Eagle Rare? And I was like, yes, ma'am. And she said, well, it's allocated. And I was like, yeah, I know. And she was like, well, whenever we get it in, we call people on the list, and that's who gets it. And I was like, well, I don't drink enough to be on a list.
You're not special.
So, but what that told me was they did have some in the back, but I'm not on the list. What do you think about that?
Bro, this is good.
I mean, smells nice. It smells, it's not heavy, is it?
It tastes nice.
Oh.
See? Now you see why I was looking at it.
Wow, that is very nice.
Where'd you get that?
I can't tell you. Because if I told you where that is, then you'd know where my Eagle Rare comes from.
Bruh, I'm not going to buy anything out.
But here's the thing. We're on the show.
I understand.
And other people in Abilene.
He's like, no, I'm not saying that.
It's not
Understand
me telling
me, Bryant.
Yeah, it's not me telling you.
It's not telling the world or Abilene.
Come on, man. Tell me where you get it.
No. It's mine.
I'll tell you after the show. Because I know if you get it, you're bringing it over here.
Yes.
But that doesn't go for all of Abilene.
I got you, bro.
Anyway, hey, delicious.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I was reading about it on the back. I'm just going to tell everybody. It says smooth amber Old Scout bourbon is fine, curated whiskey, scouted during the efforts to find exceptional American whiskey. And this is batch number 46, and it's bottled by James.
I'm going to leave it alone. James. Jim?
I don't know.
Where's Jim? He's back there bottling.
So, anyway, no, man. And I'll tell you what, with this 1926 natural, woo, Ooh.
This Monte Cristo, this is perfect.
Hey, that's some good bourbon. And
Wow.
It's very tasty. A lot of caramel. Toasted oak.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out that.
Or I guess that's the oak. You get that oak barrel flavor out of it. But it's got just a little bit of spice, but it's not overpowering. Not like the Booker. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day about that Booker, and I was like, dude, the Booker
that's Tyson.
is not for me.
No, that's Tyson, bro.
Well, you liked it.
I liked it the first time.
Okay.
when you realize what you're drinking, you're like, wait a minute, this is hitting hard.
Ooh, yeah. And
you need to slow down.
And it's hard.
It hits hard.
And, the thing about it is, it's 126 proof. I don't know if I told you this, but Tim and Mark came down to visit, and I pulled out that bottle of Booker, and Mark, my cousin, poured him a 3-finger of the Booker, finished it, poured himself another 3-finger, and let me just tell you, he was supposed to stay for a couple of days. He went home the next day.
I can see.
He was like, man, I think I'm sick. And I was like, yeah, it's called alcohol poisoning. Because we had been drinking something else that he brought. But let me tell you this.
Oh, my goodness.
I talked to him earlier this week, and he has fallen in love with a Ball and Bond. You know which one it is?
No.
The Dickel. He's been talking about it, and I was like, dude, we know about the Dickel.
Oh, most definitely.
And I was like, if you can pick up some more,
let us know.
I would love to know about it.
Let us know.
Anyway, because I'm a big fan. Oh, and a good friend of the show was sending me some pictures this week on Instagram. I think it was Brian. Let me make sure I don't get it crossed. Yeah, Brian Haffey. And he sent me a picture. Look here, dude. Just lined up for days. They've got the Dickel on the shelf. But look at that blue bottle. It is the, let's see which one is the single barrel. Oh,
where is this at?
I think he lives in New York.
Oh, okay.
He lives somewhere up there, in that gulf of northeastern states, cities,
everything.
It's just like Boston.
All of it.
I mean, if you're in Chicago, that's the cutoff line to be in New York. And like, you can't be in Chicago and be in New York, but anything outside of Chicago over.
Headed east is all part of New York. I got you. New York, New Jersey.
And I was fanning through some news stuff the other day, and this guy was talking about they were looking at building high-speed rail trains from New York to Chicago to California. And I was like, that's never going to happen.
Why?
It's too expensive. It's not going to happen. I've met with, not me personally, they didn't come to talk to me, but I was in the room when the Japanese company who does high-speed rail came to America. And when they left, they're like, "Oh yeah, it's too expensive."
Who was in that room though?
Like supervisors way above me. Yeah.
Okay,
but they wanted to see how our operations worked. Yeah. Which in the freight business, it's nothing like high speed rail.
Nope.
And then when we do use people trains, it's not high speed rail. It's
90 miles an hour. I remember that stuff, man. You had to do a watch by. And you go on the other side of your unit, stand on this.
Ooh, that's nice.
Stand on this sloped earth.
Yeah.
And Amtrak comes by at 90 miles an hour trying to suck you up there with it.
It's not fun.
You're like, no.
Yeah. So anyway, the high-speed train thing's not going to work in America. But I'll tell you what I'm super excited about. Have you seen that? Is it a Hyperloop?
Oh, yeah.
Now that I could see, because that's going to be way cheaper than to build a railroad. Yeah. It's a tube.
And we know how America loves to tunnel.
Right. And the thing about it is we already have what's those machines called? They slip you in the tube for ER machines.
You're talking about the MRI.
Yeah. We already do those tubes. So
I had to think about what he was talking about. They slip you in the tube. Oh, here you go. People in tubes. Hold up. Stop.
No, you've seen that, haven't you? Or have you ever had an MRI?
Yeah,
I've never had one.
I was in the Army. We did those things for pleasure at times.
Whoa.
I don't want to go to the field.
Oh.
okay, I write you a prescription for this. Just don't take anything metal with you.
Yeah, I heard if you had like shrapnel,
Dude,
it would pull it out of your body.
It is a magnet that is stronger than any magnet you've ever in your life seen. And it's spinning around and it's pulling, it's sending an image through your body. But if it's anything metal in your body, you can get that up. Like now, I can't go to an MRI.
What do you got, metal?
Because my
Your knee?
Yeah.
Well, could you like do a halfway?
No, because it's still the magnet.
It's that strong.
Yeah, it doesn't just pull from one direction. Magnets pull from all directions.
I like to go in there with a pocket full of change.
And you will die.
Well, no, that's not metal. But if
yes,
it
is.
Change is
Change
magnetic?
still has some metal in it.
I don't think enough.
What? You don't have to have enough.
Oh, hey, let's jump into our sponsors right quick.
Yes, sir.
We're very blessed to have some very good sponsors. Let's start with Case Elegance. We did publish the video last week. Hope you guys went by and checked out the review. It's what I got a message saying, "When's your next hand modeling job?" But anyway, what a beautiful humidor.
Man, yes,
it's piano black walnut.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's
going to be the
fine.
most beautiful thing in your house.
Yeah, it would be mine. And let me tell you what, the way that thing is set up, you have the automatic or the electric or I guess the digital hygrometer
Yes.
in the front, so you always know what your humidity level's at. But what I love about it is your humidification system, which comes with the humidor, goes in a drawer, not a drawer, but a pocket underneath the humidor, so you don't lose any space in your humidor. Because I know whenever I was doing like different size humidors, I'd have like a jar of those beads.
Yes.
And it's like,
it takes up space.
Then when you lay out your cigars, they don't fit in there nice and pretty the way you want them to.
Pretty.
Dude,
I want them to
don't
look
tell me
good.
you don't want your humidor to look pretty.
Yeah.
When you got it full.
I can't say no.
I know you can't because it's one of those things when you put your cigars in there,
like that,
and especially that now I got too many cigars to jack with it. But whenever I had like 100 to 150 case humidor, I would lay them all in there with the bands facing up. You know you've done it.
Yes, lengthwise, all the longers over here,
yes.
going down the sides, and then those that
don't fit, you got to turn sideways at the foot.
Yep.
And so that's why you got to put all the Robustos on one side. Yeah, But you got that glass
We are
top.
weird for that, man. We are weird for that.
I think there's a lot more of us.
Oh, that's why I said we are weird for that.
And dude, that drawer at the bottom, sliding in and out, you keep everything right there handy. You got your travel case, your lighter, your cutter,
Everything. Yes,
bam.
sir.
So
One-stop shop.
if you haven't seen the video review, go by our YouTube channel. There's a video up of the Octador, which is the amazing, beautiful humidor. And so go by and take a look at that. And also look at their website. They carry a lot of man stuff. Watch cases, leather totes. They got
He said
everything.
tote, finally. You hear him, Luke?
Well, you
He
made
said
fun of me
tote
for
finally.
saying man bag.
Yeah, no.
So anyway, it's a
We're
tote.
not. Thank you. End the conversation.
That's right. So then let's talk about Viva La Vida cigars.
I thought you was going to try to go Elvis on.
I thought about it for a minute, and then
I'm
I
glad
said,
you didn't.
I haven't been drinking enough yet.
That's why we put it at.
We'll do that
that's
on
why
the
we have a post show now.
So anyway, Viva La Vida. I mean, dude, what can we say?
What can we not say?
The Club 500. It's been hard for me not to go towards the Club 500 over the Torpedo. And I love the Torpedo. And then you got the Jester. But if you guys have not tried the Viva La Vida, you're going to... You're missing out.
Missed out
because and it was named what, 16?
Yes, sir.
Was it 16 or 14?
I thought it was 16.
I have to look at it. But anyway, it's in the top.
It's in the
16
teens. It's in the high
of Cigar Aficionado's top 25.
Yes,
and let me
sir.
tell you what, I thought it should have been better than that.
Talk
I mean,
to
the
me.
gatekeeper in the top 10, it blows the gatekeeper away.
They didn't shut up.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Shut up,
But
Brian.
anyway,
Shut
then also we have McAuliffe cigars.
The special edition.
Oh, dude. You know what? I think those are already sold out.
I know.
Dude, I mean, what a special cigar.
Waiting for my hookup.
Well, I don't know if there's going to be a hookup.
He'll let
unless
me.
you know.
He'll let me know if he got them.
Oh, yeah?
He'll send a bat signal out.
Well, then let's talk about that. Well, wait. If you haven't become a McAuliffe ambassador,
yes.
go by. Look in the show notes. If you look in the show notes, you can become a McAuliffe ambassador. You can check out the Viva La Vida page.
Yes.
And then you get to the one and only, the Leaf. And at the Leaf, you can actually pick up the McAuliffe cigar line,
And the
4
Viva
to 42.
4 to
They
42.
carry a very large selection
Yes.
of the Viva La Vida.
Yes.
They usually have the Club 500 in stock.
Yeah, until I get there.
Yeah. But let me tell you what, Jay at the Leaf has a huge humidor.
Oh, most definitely.
Well, and you know what? We need to ask him how big it is, but I want to say it's like 18 by 32. It's huge.
It is. I'm serious. It looks like you go to the carnival and you walk in that hallway and it just looks like it goes forever.
Yes.
And that's the way it looks, man. It's like, wow, where does this
And every
end?
time I go in there, I'm like, oh, I've never seen that stick before.
Mm-hmm.
And then I buy it because I
grab
want to smoke it.
I walked in there and the crux was in there. I was like,
Oh,
Bullet Bear.
whoa.
Bear.
Are you serious?
Yes, about the last two. He must have to pull out another box because that box is empty. Bruh, that box is empty. I'm letting you know now. It's empty.
Did he call you and tell you the crux was in?
I'll never, like you not revealing the liquor store.
He didn't let me know the crux was in. But I do have to say it's kind of my own fault because I haven't been to the Leaf in a week. Very nice. Very nice. So I haven't been to the Leaf in a week because my partner is on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I've been working 12, 14-hour days.
Forever.
But anyway, that's just the way it goes sometimes.
It is. Truly is.
Don't worry. I'll be making up some smoking time at the Leaf next week.
See, I'll be off. Where will you be off for 300, Alex?
Well, I think whenever my partner comes back, I'm going to take either 1 4-day weekend or 2 3-day
3-day
weekends. It
weekends.
just depends on what I got going on. But anyway, yeah, look in the show notes and you can become a McAuliffe ambassador.
sir.
You can
Yes,
check
sir.
out the Case Elegance,
Yes, sir.
Octador, Humidor, and you can check out Viva La Vida,
and the
or
Leaf.
you can see the Leaf's phone number
And
call
do it
them
all.
up, and they will hook you up. And now they got the crux.
Yes.
So, I mean, wow. He's just knocking it out. You got the Definition cigars.
Oh,
you
man.
got the crux now. You got the McAuliffe.
McAuliffes,
You got the Viva La
Vidas,
Vida.
you got
the
everything,
list
man.
goes on
It's like
and on.
we know there are millions of sticks in the world, but when you walk in the Leaf, it's like every week you see something new, and you're like, where is he getting all these things, man? And I love it because he listens to us. He listens to his customers. And if he thinks it's a value, he'll bring it in. Just let him know.
absolutely.
Just let him know.
Well, I mean, look at the Espinosa line.
Yes.
Remember when those came in? It was like, the Roma craft came in.
Yes.
I mean, dude, he just brings in what we want. And I mean, what a blessing that is.
True.
And then I got a little tidbit announcement. It's not official yet,
Okay.
but I have made contact. You know who we're going to be hopefully getting on the show within the next 2 weeks?
Talk to us.
Mr. the one and only Robert Caldwell.
Caldwell Stick.
Yeah. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. Next week on the show, I'll be smoking a special Caldwell, but I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. You'll have to wait till next
So
week.
that means he's going to be the only one with one.
No, that's not what I said. That's
What did
not-
he say? I will be smoking.
You
Didn't
may.
he? Didn't he?
Hey, you.
If you heard that, send an email.
I said I would be. I didn't say what you'd be smoking. That doesn't mean you won't be smoking one. That just means I know I will be smoking one.
So you know one is coming. At least one is coming.
I know one's coming. Anyway, I'm a big Robert Caldwell fan.
Yes, we
and I hit him up, and he said, "Yeah, shoot me an email." So I'm going to do that tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get him on the show within the next 2 weeks. I mean, dude, the whole line of Robert Caldwell
Talk to me.
is impressive.
Talk to me, man. We've met some great blenders, manufacturers since we started this going on 2 years, man.
Oh, past 2 years,
Yes,
bro.
past 2 years. It is.
Yeah, it's like 2 years and 3 months.
Because it's going on in December. It'll be
Boom.
3.
2018.
Goodness gracious.
So anyway,
thank you all, you listeners.
yeah, thank you guys for listening to the show.
Patreons, everybody.
Well,
man.
let's talk about the Patreons
Yes,
for
sir.
a minute, because we do the after show
Yes,
now.
sir. Yes, sir.
Or the post show, depending on if you're Luke Jones or Rob Jones. But anyway,
Which Jones you're talking
we
to?
do the after show for the Patreons only.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to say thank you so much to the Light 'em Up crew.
How you spell that crew?
CRUE.
Yes, sir.
With the little two dots over the U. Because it's a crew.
Yes.
It is a crew.
Lord have mercy. I walked in there today and you was talking to somebody. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
that conversation went there real quick.
Hey, you know what? I love hanging out and talking to those guys. They are a special breed. And the cool thing about our Patreons, the more I learn about them, it's like they're all a family, but at the same time, they all bring something
To the
special
table.
to the table.
Yeah.
I can't believe how many serious. Somebody said foodies. I
Oh,
thought,
yeah, because what's the name of today you was talking?
oh, dude, Shamu, Kyle.
Shamu. Kyle.
That's what he calls himself. So
we didn't give him that name.
right, and then I won't say what Zika's name
no,
is.
please don't.
But anyway, what they post food wise, dude. Did you see Zika made a corned beef? Dude, did
That
you
sandwich.
See, you know what? My wife is Jewish.
Yes.
And I was like, you know what? These guys are inspiring me to cook something. And my wife was like, my wife is Jewish. I mean, she says, our family is Jewish and we just go to McAllister's. we ain't doing all that.
We're not going to go through all of that.
Yeah. And then she said, are any of them plumbers? Because I would love for you to get inspired to do some work around here.
Wow. Chalk that one really up from his feet.
It's like, I didn't ask.
No, I'm not going to ask.
So anyway, just the whole Patreon. We want to say thank you guys for all that you do. I want to give a shout out to Gunny and Cool Hand Luke, Sean O'Connor, Jax Rocks. Dude, did you see his ink? I did not know he got bright colored ink on one arm. It looks awesome. I did not know that.
You can't commit a crime now.
Right?
Follow the arm.
And then let's get to Adam first.
Okay.
Adam is laid back, cool. I mean, he doesn't remind me of a Northeastern guy.
Especially since he's getting his beard back.
Oh, wow, yeah.
He looked different without that beard.
Yeah, he does,
man.
especially when he had that big beard. Anyway, we love that guy, and then you can't. Oh, how about Patrick?
Okay.
I haven't talked to Patrick in forever. Yeah. Patrick, how come you don't come around? You're making me feel insecure. Come on, Patrick.
Where is he?
And then you can't leave out Orlando.
I knew that's where
Orlando. Whew. That dude is everywhere. If there's a possibility that someone's going to mention his name, he is there panting like a little dog wanting a treat.
Stop, man. Stop. But the thing is, he takes that, man. He
doesn't have a choice.
Yeah, true. You and the crew give him everything, and he just takes it. And he laughs it off sometimes. Sometimes he get that look like.
Right. Well, you know who we were saying is just like him.
Who?
Young Buck.
Oh.
That's the protege to Orlando is Young Buck.
His name in the Discord.
John.
No, we can't say his name.
Right.
Discord.
No. It's just Young Buck now.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you guys in the Patreon. We love the fact that you hang out and chat in Discord. It's a community, it's family, and I hang out with them almost every day for at least a little while. In fact, me and Groot, let's also say shout out to Groot. I am Groot. That's his name.
I see that more than anything on this card.
He's a busy guy.
He is. Man.
But me and that dude's been hooking up for a little Warzone. Dude, you could play Warzone on your PS4.
Okay.
Yeah, we get on there and tear it up.
Okay.
Well, okay. We get on there and we get tore up.
Yeah, we get on there.
We're two old guys. We're having fun, man. So, and we smoke cigars.
Yeah.
It's fun.
That's the cool part about it. My daughter in Kuwait, she just got a Grand Theft Auto 5. She's like, I'm ready to play with you. I was like, okay, but I need for you to keep your mind on other things. No, no, Dad, when I get down. It's like, okay, but I want you to keep your mind on getting home. That's it, man.
Right.
That game, it'll be here when you get back to the States.
Right.
Everything else, I just want to talk to you every day to make sure you're still here.
It's like my
Keep
daughter
going.
told me today she's planning on moving to Portland, Oregon.
Why? Is she in love with Nike?
No.
Because that's the only reason to move to Portland, Oregon.
Her and other missionaries want to open a YWAM base up there.
Okay.
So, hey, more power
We got
to her.
to pray for her.
Yeah,
We gotta
absolutely.
pray for her.
Absolutely. So anyway, let's jump over to the pick six.
Got you.
I've got an interesting pick six, but you know what? Instead of doing what we normally do where we
Just name
give
'em.
three and give 3,
Mhm.
I'll give one and then you give one.
No problem.
So I'm going to start out with Long Live the King by Robert Caldwell.
Okay.
Great stick. Have you had one?
Nope.
Corojo wrapper, Dominican blend, USA blend, and Nicaraguan fillers. Dude, I don't hardly see any cigars that say USA tobacco. You know what I mean? That's a
Yeah.
unique,
Yeah.
because usually they don't put American tobacco in there. But if you haven't had it, it's a full-bodied cigar. It has a lot of earth, wood, chocolate, dark roast coffee.
He
And
went
then
there.
it finishes with a little bit of pepper.
He went
That's
there.
that's a good roller coaster stick.
He went there.
And I gotta say, I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan. That's one of the cigars I'd like to see Jay bring in the shop, is bring in the Robert Caldwell line. We had the Robert Caldwell line before. You remember the Matildas?
Yeah.
And nobody bought them.
Yeah. So he had
And
to.
then he had to put them in the bargain bin.
Mhm.
Well, you know what? Scratch that. I'd really like to see Jay bring in the Robert Caldwell line.
Gotcha.
Maybe in the future that'd be one that we see come to the shelves.
Hopefully.
Because I'm a big fan of the entire line. But what you got for number one?
Well, my number one is going to be something that we love both, and we smoked a lot of.
Whoa, that could be a lot of different cigars.
True, but it's going to be the Aladino, Connecticut.
The Aladino, Connecticut. That's a good stick. That takes me back. I haven't actually had that in a while.
5x50 Ecuadorian.
When'd you have
Claro
that?
wrap. I went to another place in Abilene.
You went to Jerry's.
Yep.
Because that's the only place I know
I
you
got
can get
two
those.
of them.
Where's the other one?
Smoked.
You smoked them both?
Yep.
Wow.
One Saturday, one Sunday.
All right, fair enough.
Sorry.
Dude, that's a good smoke.
Ecuadorian wrapper and binder, and the fillers from Honduras. And we know how great with coffee.
And I love a Honduran leaf. You get a special leaf that is a little spicy.
A little
with
bit-
that Connecticut.
A little spicy.
And you know what I love about that Connecticut is I was talking to someone the other day and they were talking about how Connecticut's all have that like little tween to it, which I consider to be like a lemon zest, which I don't like. I don't like that.
But you don't get it off of that.
You don't. You don't get that. In fact, you don't get it on that Connecticut. You don't get it on the McAuliffe, Connecticut.
No.
You don't get it on the Camacho, Connecticut.
No.
And those are my
I
favorite
just thought about
Connecticut's.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good choice, man. Good choice.
Give me one more of yours right there.
All right. So let me see here. This one was a gift. We actually got two of these, one for me and one for you. We both smoked them, so don't be crying that you didn't get yours. They actually left it at the front desk at the Leaf.
Yes, that's right.
But
Okay,
it's
now I know
the
what you're talking
AJ
about.
Fernandez last
Last
call.
Call, yeah.
I mean, it's a great stick, and AJ blends. I mean, he's a master blender, and I mean, when I think about all the sticks that I love that he actually blends, I mean, the list is long. Because he doesn't just blend for AJ. He also blends. He blended with Robert Caldwell.
Yeah.
He blended for Monte Cristo. He
Bella
blended
Artez, whatever it is.
Bella
Bella
Artez.
Artez,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's it. So anyway, and the AJ Fernandez last call, I want to say it's like a $5 stick. So if you haven't had one, it's a full body. And it's going to be like molasses and black pepper and leather and cedar. And it says in the description also hints of citrus. I didn't get that, but it says hints. So, my palate is not as delicate as some. When you're smoking 8 cigars a day,
no,
your palate probably gets dulled a little bit. But anyway, what's your next one, bro?
You're going to be mad at me.
Uh-oh.
Crux, Bull, and Bear.
You know what? I'm not mad at you because I've had it. It's been on my top 3 for the list once before. I think that's only been like probably 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Wrapper Nicaraguan, binder Nicaraguan, filler Nicaraguan. It is just...
It's the triple play from Nicaragua.
Man, the pepper, the creaminess, that light pepper in the second, third, man, it's just, it's a stout, not stout, but it's a strong, perfect cigarette in all thirds.
You said cigarette.
Cigar in all third. No matter when you start with it.
All the way across.
It's just like, you look at it like, what? Like, what? Why? Who does this? Crux does, man. I love that stick, man. And you turned me on to it.
Yeah, I picked those up whenever we were up in Oklahoma and we came back. We stopped off at the Denton cigar shop, and they had them. And actually, the straight cut guys had told me about them. So when I saw them there, I was like, oh, yeah, I got to get some of these because I want to try them. And then after I fell in love with them, I talked to Jay, and he was like, yeah, we're bringing those in. I was like, oh, awesome.
They're in. I've had them.
So my final one is going to be a repeat on the manufacturer. This is The King is Dead by Robert Caldwell.
What was the first one?
What? Long Live the King.
Long Live the King. Yeah, I knew it was the King in there. I was like, okay.
Yeah, and this one is a Dominican wrapper. It's like oily, it's black, it's dark. Man, I love this cigar. And I tell you what, it's a full-bodied cigar, but not full-bodied in the nicotine. It's more full-bodied on the flavor profile. I love it. I think it's a huge success for Robert Caldwell, but he got a lot of success stories.
True.
So anyway, what you got for your last one?
My third one, I'd already said it earlier because it's by AJ Fernandez, the Bella Artez.
Oh yeah, good.
The Lancero.
Oh, I have not. I don't think I've had the Lancero.
Bruh.
How was that?
Dark aged Brazilian, smooth. You got a medium to full flavor.
I did not realize that's a Brazilian.
Pepper. Yes, it is.
So you get that sweetness.
You got Nicaraguan filler, San Andreas binder with a Brazilian Matafina wrapper.
Dude, when you take a Brazilian Matafina and mix it with a San Andreas, that is a party. Because the San Andreas is going to give you that spice.
Yes.
But then
that Brazilian
is going to give you that rich cocoa oily wrapper.
And it's just like, this is perfect together. And it was a Lancero. I smoked it coolly.
I haven't even seen that in the Lancero.
I have. Because I smoked it.
Well, no kidding.
It's on my Instagram, too.
Oh, I didn't see that this week. I haven't been on Instagram. Well, I told you I'm covering my brother's vacation.
You're doing a lot.
Yeah, I've been busy on it. Anyway, guys, let's shift gears here. I want to talk a minute about, I'm sure you guys have seen the news on Facebook or Instagram or wherever it is you consume your cigar news, maybe over at the Cigar Coop. But anyway, McAuliffe sent a cease and desist letter to Privada Cigar Club. And the thing about it is, I'm going to give you a breakdown of what was going on. And are you going to keep playing music?
Nope.
What in the hell are you doing over there?
It keeps popping up. I'm done.
Thank you. So anyway, Privada was selling McAuliffe cigars online. And, McAuliffe has committed to being a supporter of their brick and mortars. They don't sell online. So there was a conflict there. And, McAuliffe is going to stand up for what they do to protect the brick and mortar relationship. And so they sent over I want to say he might have called him or he might have sent an email, and they kind of blew him off. They were like, we don't need to talk to these guys. We've already paid for these cigars. We're going to sell them. So then after they got blown off, McAuliffe was like, hey, man, we're serious here. We're serious about the brick and mortar relationship. We want to take care of these guys. That is our promise. And so if you're going to blow us off, we're going to have to take it to the next level.
Yep.
Now, they had their lawyer write up a letter, cease and desist, and so they sent that over to them. And Pravada said, hey, yeah, okay, we're not going to play this game. We're going to bail out. And I will say this, McAuliffe even gave them the option of, we're going to buy this McAuliffe cigars back from you. So you're not even losing money. We just want to take care of our brick and mortars. And so the thing that I got feedback of some people saying, well, I don't think it needed to be so public. It didn't need to be out in the open. And I'm like, you know, I kind of can see your point, but at the same time, I read news articles all the time about companies sending out cease and desist letters.
All the time.
So, I mean, it's not like that's not protocol. You know what I mean? And I think that it also comes back to McAuliffe is very transparent.
Oh, most definitely.
And I value transparency. I think, like, we try to be transparent. What you see is what you get. And I think McAuliffe is transparent company. They have a group of ambassadors that they talk with all the time. A lot of their ambassadors know what's going on before it even makes it to the news, because they want to be transparent with their consumers, their brick and mortars, and their ambassadors. So I didn't have a problem with any of that. I thought it was just the company sticking up for the brick and mortars.
Yeah. And that's what I saw it as too. There's no issue from my point of view in it, because they're doing what they say. They're walking that walk. You know, they said what they had to say, but they walked that walk, and they showed them. They was like, okay, you pushing us to this point, we'll show you how far we'll go. We'll send that cease and desist order to you, and then we'll go from there.
Well, and you know, McAuliffe pulled their cigars from CI. And some people were like, well, they didn't do that with CI, and they didn't have to because they had a sit down with them and said, this is what we want to do, blah, blah, blah. And CI was like, okay, you know, we talked about it. But Pravada wouldn't have the sit down.
Didn't want to come to the table.
They didn't want to come to the table. So, I mean, if you don't want to come to the table, then you don't leave another company choice. Because at the point where you ignore somebody or tell someone to kiss my ass,
especially in business,
it's like, okay, well, then we got to do what we got to do.
Because it's my brand, my name, my product. I said, this is what we're going to do.
Right.
You're going against us, so I got to do what I got to do. Don't get mad at me.
If I'm a cigar company and I say my cigars are going to sell at brick and mortars, and then consumers see you online at Pravada,
they say you're a liar.
Hey, whoa.
Now your word is nothing.
Right. And so if your word is nothing and you're not transparent, I don't want to buy your cigars.
And that's what happens.
Right. So I think that they handled it the way it should have been handled. Yeah. And I saw someone say, hey, well, the thing about it is I can't buy my cigars for my local shop because they don't carry McAuliffe. Well, that's the handy dandy.
Because there is an option.
There is an option. You can call Jay at the Leaf.
There is an option.
And the phone number's down in the show notes. And he will send you. Because here's the thing. McAuliffe doesn't mind if a brick and mortar does. And I saw a great statement by Groot.
Okay.
It's the triple win-win-win. And here's the reason why. Because when you call a shop, it adds value to the shop.
Yes.
It adds value to the cigar and the reputation. Yeah, because if you can't have one without the other.
Nope.
So anyway, that's enough about that. I just wanted to cover that for a minute because I saw a lot of talk about it on Facebook, and I really didn't engage because I've been really swamped.
Yeah.
But that was my perspective.
Gotcha.
So anyway, let's talk about the great, the great, marvelous Marvin Hagler.
Yes, sir.
Dude, respects. How old was he?
He's in his 60s.
I was thinking he was like 68, 66, somewhere in there. And dude, it took me back. I started thinking about all the great fights that I watched.
It took you back to the point to the time
when boxing was.
I was just going to say when boxing was boxing.
King.
It didn't matter what the weight was. You knew you had quality boxers and you was going to see quality matches. Now, we knew if Tyson stepped in the ring with anybody, it was going to get beat. But when you talk about that middleweight, you talking about
that
Hearns,
was the biggest
Hagler,
competitive
Duran,
boxing.
Leonard. You talking about guys.
Sugar Ray, Marvelous Marvin Hagler and Sugar Ray. That was the pinnacle of boxing.
And their fight, the only reason Sugar Ray won was because of his hand speed.
Right.
He had more punches.
Yeah.
Because when Hagler connected,
it was more power.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Sugar Ray, he said it because he had a statement behind. He said he was the greatest fighter he ever fought. He said because it wasn't just about the power. He was a true fighter.
Right.
He was a true fighter. He knew what to do in the ring. And he said, I knew when I fought Marvin, he said, I had to use my speed. He said, it had to be about the hands. It had to be about the hand. He said, he get one blow, I had to get three in because that's the only way. And he said, those three, they weren't breaking them down, but they was giving me those points.
They were scoring. Right.
They were giving me those points.
And he had the fast footwork. I mean, Sugar Ray, those were the fights.
Yes, sir.
Those were
That's
the fights.
Truth. That's the truth. You're telling the truth. Those were the fights, man. That was 80s, 90s, man. Oh, God, man.
I just wanted to say one of the greatest fighters I ever had the privilege of watching, Marvin. I mean, that was the pinnacle of boxing. Yeah. And to be able to remember watching those fights live on HBO.
Yes.
HBO was the fight channel, dude.
HBO, baby.
Remember just what a blessing it was to live in a generation where we had those fighters.
Real fighters, man.
Real fighters. And I don't take anything away from the MMA, but it's totally different. It was a different era.
Yes.
We didn't, when MMA first came out, I was just kind of like, I don't get it.
It's not going to last long.
Right.
It's too brutal. Too many guys are bleeding.
It was just one of those things where this is a sideshow.
Yeah.
And
but now
can't mess with it.
Thanks to my nephew.
Right. When's he going to fight again?
He's got the break is about 4 or 5 months, and then they'll set up another one. But
usually one a year.
Yeah, but he got a long road to get back up now.
Yeah,
that knockout cost him, man. It cost him, and it was like he said, he was going against his strengths. He was trying to box a boxer because that dude he's a puncher.
Right.
So you put yourself in their realm. You're out of place, and you're trying to do what they do, and that's not you, and you get caught.
Right, you can't fight their fight. You got to fight your fight.
You got caught.
So anyway, let's move on, and I want to talk just a minute about over in Michigan.
Yes,
the health department banned smoking in cigar lounges. Now,
when I first read that,
I
had an issue because I was like, banning cigars.
In cigar lounges, yeah.
But then when you read, because you're going to go into it, read it.
It was a little more understandable. The thing about it is you don't want them to get their foot in the door and make it a permanent thing. Because here's what happened. What they made it an ordinance mandate that if you were in a public gathering area, you had to wear a mask. Mm-hmm. Well, guys were sitting down smoking, and of course, if you're smoking, you can't wear a mask. So they basically said you're violating the policy because you're not wearing your mask. So they said no smoking in public areas, even at a cigar lounge. Well, so I understand that on a safety concern for the health issue. Yeah. But it scares me to think, wow, it was really easy to shut them down.
Yeah, because we know.
And I feel bad for the smoking lounges because how much of a hit does that put on their business? Ooh. You know what I mean? It's not just like, oh, well, guys are still going to drop by and pick up cigars. Well, a lot of guys only smoke when they go to the lounge. Yes. I know several guys that go to the Leaf and smoke, but they don't smoke anywhere else.
They go there for that opportunity to get that stick, whether it's after work or something else, or just their playing time, like 10:30 Saturdays with us, to go there and get that stick and then enjoy yourself and then go about the rest of your day.
And just let me say, last Saturday, I wanted to be there.
Yeah, right.
I couldn't. No, I couldn't. Right. Dude, I even thought.
Luke, he blamed it on you.
Luke was out of town.
He said, I got to take Luke's car to get it.
Oh, I did have to do that. So I did have to do that. But and by the time I actually got a minute, it was already like 1 o'clock. And I was like, these guys probably aren't there. If I leave now, it'll be 1:15, 1:20 before I get there. And then you're not going to
forget who was there.
You and Larry.
Yeah.
Was Ed there?
Yes. And he asked about you. The first thing he said, where's Rob? He lied to us. He said this, but he's probably asleep.
No. I was busy working, and like I said, it's been a little more than usual. But it's rough when you got to work and you're not going to get your day off at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Lord.
Like when you think you normally would, you're like, not only am I not getting off today, I'm not getting off for another week. Mm-hmm. So anyway, so that's enough about the Michigan thing. We get it. As long as it's a temporary ban, I don't have as much heartburn about it.
Yeah, just as long as it stays temporary.
Right. But that leads me into our next conversation, which is about Senator Marco Rubio.
Yeah.
Which I'm a fan of. If you're a cigar smoker, you got to be a fan of Marco Rubio because he reintroduced his cigar bill to the Senate. And the thing about it is we've got a new Senate this year.
Yes.
And so he didn't just let that go.
Nope.
He reintroduced it. And what it is it's basically taking premium cigars, which is defined as hand-rolled, long filler cigars, other than some artisan cigar machines, which I'm assuming they're talking about like the presses, like for the box press. But anyway, no. He's saying that is considered a premium cigar.
Okay.
But what he's saying isn't a premium cigar is machines that mass produce cigars in the millions that are flavored all different, and you know what they're really making blunts. Let's just call it what it is. They're making blunts. And so I don't have a problem
with the blunts going away.
Yeah, I don't even care. They don't have to take them away.
Just being regulated.
But they can be regulated under the FDA. Yeah. I kind of feel that way.
Okay.
Because the second part of me says, if I'm an adult,
I should be able to do
what I want to do.
As long as it's not hurting anybody.
If I got to pay a little more in tax, but I want to do it, I should be able to do it. Now, here's the thing. I don't want you going crazy on cigars because the main focus is they want to correct or get youth to quit smoking.
Yeah, I understand that.
And I understand that. But how many 14-year-olds do you see smoking a Padron 1926?
And last name is not Schwarzenegger.
Right. So that I have a problem with because you're lumping cigarettes, flavored blunts, and cigars
all that stuff in the same category.
And so what Marco Rubio is saying is, this is premium cigars. We want the FDA to take their hands off of it. And that I support 100%.
Yeah.
So if you get the opportunity, which I strongly recommend, write your senator an email. Tell him that you support Mark Rubio's bill for excluding premium cigars from the FDA's regulation.
And you know where else they can do that? Cigar Rights of America.
If you go to Cigar Rights of America, they've already got form letters that all you have to do is say what state you're in, hit the send button, and it automatically sends it for you.
It's gone. Easy.
Yeah.
You don't have to think about what you want to write.
And if you're not a member of Cigar Rights for America, look at signing up. It's $25. They give cigars with your membership. You're basically getting cigars for free because you're paying for a year membership. And you can do a lifetime membership like Orlando did.
Yeah, I did too.
Nice.
Yeah.
I still renew every year. I'm slow that way. But, if you aren't a member of CRA, definitely go by and check them out. I'll try to put those guys in the show notes as well. Because if you're not a CARA member, I almost said NRA.
Yeah.
If you're not a CRA.
But then he said CAR. He said car. If you're not a car member.
That's a Cigar Anonymous
regulation.
There you go. But anyway, I'm real big on Marco Rubio. I think he has done a lot for the industry, and I think that he's going to continue to do a lot.
I'm behind him on that one. I really am.
So for all the cigar guys, the show's over. So if you're going to gripe about the sports section, you can just quit listening right now, because I get emails like, why y'all got to talk about sports?
Because he's a Cowboys fan.
I'm a Cowboy fan.
He's not a Kool-Aid drinker.
No,
but he's
I'm
a
not.
fan.
And actually, this news really pisses me off.
Because we had an argument about this.
Because, you know,
it
I
wasn't
was
an argument. It was a spirited
Yes,
conversation.
yes. And, you know, I was ready to trade that.
You were.
If you could give me a nickel, I'd take it. Because,
Well, they're thinking about getting Russell Wilson. And I was like, why?
well,
Why?
here's the thing.
But
Well,
it's
first
like-
of all, Russell Wilson's a winner.
Yeah, true.
I'm
And
not
Dak is
saying-
too?
Well, but you can't compare the two. You put those, dude.
Yes, he
One's
doesn't have
got
a bowl.
Super Bowl
Yeah,
ring.
he doesn't have
Okay?
a bowl.
If,
Okay.
If you got one and you don't, I'm taking the guy with the one. Okay.
So you say Marino is nothing. Look at him. He's like, well.
Hey, I didn't say
You
it.
said, well, Aikman got 3.
Yeah. So, you know, it's hard to compare somebody like Dak and Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
I mean, not even close. Because Russell has not had the tools that Dak has had.
Oh, tell the truth. You
I
got
mean,
to tell the truth
come
on
on.
that one. Yeah, you got to tell the truth because it's just a hard work offense.
He's got some shoestring budget players around him.
Yep. The only player he had that was top tier was Marshawn.
Yeah.
Because they know they could just hand that ball off, and the defenses had to respect Marshawn being back there.
Absolutely.
They had to.
But if you didn't put a man in the box to cover Wilson, he'd run your
too.
ass
Yeah,
away
he'd
too.
run away too. Yeah.
So, you know, I would definitely take Wilson over Dak. Now, that's
But-
$160 million for 4 years. That's $40 million a year.
But you look at the age factor. You look at the fact that he is a Cowboy. He wants to be a Cowboy.
Everybody wants to
No,
be a
everybody
Cowboy.
doesn't want to be a Cowboy. Don't tell that lie. Put that Kool-Aid decanter down. Nobody wants to be a Cowboy.
Oh, that's not true.
Anyway.
A lot of people want to be Cowboys.
Dude. All those people that wanted to be Cowboys have been disillusioned for 25
Have
years.
you ever heard that song? I want to be a cowboy, baby.
No, I haven't. And that's the good thing about it.
You never heard that song?
I don't want to hear that song because it's
That's
talking about
Kid
Cowboys.
Rock.
It's talking about Cowboys.
Okay. We wasn't talking about the Dallas Cowboys.
You just made it that way.
I know.
Like everybody else did.
Right.
See? No. But you got youth. You got a proven winner because nobody thought his rookie year with what him and Dak did. And then they came back the next year and did the same thing. The problem was I saw Russell is a winner. He's a bona fide winner,
He is.
but he's older.
a little wiser.
But you got a guy that's 4 years in. You give him more time and then put talent. Look what happened when they put Amari Cooper around him. They gave him that bona fide receiver.
I agree. But now you pay him $160 million. How long is Cooper going to be around?
That's true.
I mean,
But
when
you know
pay
Jerry.
somebody that long,
But you know Jerry. He'll steal somebody
he'll
from somewhere.
finagle
Yeah.
some
He'll
deal.
steal
And
somebody
plus,
from somewhere.
I'm a huge fan of our number 3 wideout that we drafted
Oh yeah,
last year.
the guy that y'all got from Oklahoma. Was it
Yeah.
Oklahoma?
Was he Oklahoma?
I think it was from Oklahoma.
I don't even remember his name.
But you know he was bad.
He was badass.
I remember ours.
Who?
You know him, number 11, baby,
Oh.
from Arizona.
Well, I can say that, I mean, if the Cowboys' offensive line gets better, well, you know what? I don't even want to predict. Last year I was wrong. I predicted 8-8, and they went 7-9.
And the reason why was because Dak went down. Because before he went down, they thought Dallas was the shoe-in almost in the
they
NFC.
always think that.
But it was the way they were playing.
Okay.
The dude was putting up 400, 500 yards a game.
Right.
So you look at when was the last time a Dallas quarterback did that consistently? Not 2 games here and then go 3 games without them. Because he was the reason they were winning games at one time.
Absolutely. And he is responsible for winning a lot of games
Yeah.
that we should have probably lost.
Yes.
I give him credit for that. I just have a problem paying that much money.
Well, that's the way you got to do today.
It completely takes away the talent pool around you.
Even though we know he's worth it. But Mahomes with the $500 million.
Yeah, but that's a 10-year
I'm
contract.
telling, but yet and still, that's $50 million a year.
True.
That's $50 million a year.
But who else is playing right now that's better than him?
Nobody.
Besides Brady.
Brady ain't better than him.
Well, Brady won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Brady didn't do it by himself. Put Brady out there by himself.
The defense. I called that game. The defense won that game.
Anyway, true. And then what did Tampa Bay do? They showed up their defense. They brought the linebacker back. They brought the defensive end back. Then when they got another linebacker from I can't remember who it was. I think not when Kansas.
Monterey High School.
No.
That's where I played.
Nobody from Monterey. Who from Monterey made the pros?
I don't know of anybody.
I can name you a few.
I know you can, but I
from
can't.
Lincoln.
I can't.
Not just East Side, but Lincoln.
I can't name any pro football players. I can name a lot of them out of Texas Tech.
Oh, heck yeah.
Which I went there also for a semester.
That's where my homes came from.
You're right. Did you remember who was that kid? Big tackle named Rivera out of Texas Tech that went to Pittsburgh Steelers, and he was involved in an accident and was paralyzed from the neck down.
Oh my God! No.
Yeah, and he never got to play.
Wow.
He was a first-round tackle pick, and he was a bad dude.
That takes you back to that boy that got drafted by the Celtics back when we were in high school. I can't think of his name, but he smoked crack the night of the draft, and he died.
Oh,
led by. When you get drafted, this is just my mindset. When you get drafted, especially if you get drafted in the first round, I'm gonna become a hermit. All I'm gonna do is work out at home and wait till they tell me it's time to come to camp.
You know what else I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to get me a big old safe at home, and I'm going to put all my money in it.
Then people are going to come to your house.
Hey.
You don't want people to come to your house.
Get off the lawn.
I just think that once you become a serious commodity when you're a first rounder.
Oh, absolutely.
And you have to think it's not just about you, because now you help a lot of people's lifestyle, starting with your agent.
Well, your mom and dad.
And your mom
I mean, how
and
many
dad.
players are buying their, and that's
the
where
first thing they do.
That's
take care of their
and
family.
you know what? I'm
parents.
good with that.
Yes.
But you know what? Siblings, you get a car. You don't get a house. You do not get a house.
What if you get $100 million contract? You still not gonna get nobody.
You get a house.
You can't get.
you get a car.
You can't get them a $100,000 house.
I get you a $30,000 trailer. Instead of a car.
I'll put you in a trailer.
You can live out there in the white ghetto.
Oh my God, I didn't want to go there.
I'm good with that. I'm not buying you a house. No. Dude, I've seen the 30-30 from ESPN about all the players that went broke. It's very sad. I mean, there's players on there that you would like. I mean, tell me, you watched that, and when you saw it, you were like, wow.
It's a guy on there that I know from East St. Louis.
That went broke.
No, he didn't go broke. And that's the reason why he yelled, because he was on that 30 for 30. Homer Bush, we called him AG. He was the shortstop for the Yankees before Jeter took his spot. He got a World Series ring, but he was talking about how he made sure his money was going to make money for him when he wasn't playing baseball anymore. But what people saw was, man, you was on that 30 for 30. You broke. He said, did you even hear what I said? They was like, no, we just saw you. He said, no, I was one of the ones they was putting on it for the positive part
Well, that's
of it.
what I loved about, was it Herman Edwards?
Yes.
That was like teaching these young guys.
But see, that's what the NFL does now.
Right.
When you get drafted, if you're going to be a rookie, they put you in this course. You have to go to this course.
They didn't teach Russell nothing.
But see, Russell that was after.
Was it?
It was after, yes. He wasn't a part of that.
Okay.
He was one of the reasons why that course came about.
You know which one really was the saddest of them all? Vinny Testaverde. No. I'm sorry. Was it Yeah, it was Testaverde.
From Miami?
No, the Browns.
From Miami, he went to the Browns.
Okay.
University of Miami.
His dad took all his money, dude.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And that's a trust level that you feel is baked from the day you were born.
Dude.
If you couldn't trust anybody, you should be able to trust your mama and your daddy.
He made his dad his agent. Yep. And when his dad went and met with the Browns, he said, we'll give you a better deal if you pay me $3 million on the side.
Yep.
On the side.
Yep.
And so Vinny got taken. Well, then when he got taken, his dad, being his agent, was still sucking all his money down.
10% automatically.
No. He was
on the minimum.
Yeah. He was already. Well, most agents only get 3%.
Depends on the agent.
True, but the best agents take 3%
because they have everybody. They still make millions upon millions because they have everybody.
Right, they have a lot of different ones.
Yeah.
But if you're only a one guy, his dad was probably getting 20.
50.
Well,
I got 3 million. I need another.
I think he was taking 50.
God, man.
Plus the side money. And you know what? Shame on the Browns for making a deal like that.
Because they went with it. They ran with it with him. That's why Bo refused to go to Tampa Bay. Because you heard about that story, right?
No.
Yeah, because he wanted to go to baseball, and then he got hurt, and Tampa Bay messed up his what is it called, where your ability to play in high eligibility, because they sent a plane to pick him up.
Oh, and they paid for it.
And they paid for it and brought him to Tampa Bay, and that took his eligibility, so he couldn't play baseball that year. So he said, "I ain't playing football." So he went in the draft, the baseball draft. He went and played, and then Tampa Bay drafted him anyway, and he didn't play. And then the God rest his soul, the old owner of the Raiders,
Al Davis.
He came up. He said, "Hey, I know you don't want to play in Tampa Bay, but what about in the Bay,
Nice.
the other Bay?" And he wound up with the Raiders, man, because he said he refused to play for Tampa Bay.
One of the all-time great runs of all time against the Boz.
That was what they called the $6 million hit.
Oh, dude. If you didn't see that hit. Did you watch it live?
Yes.
Dude, that
I was watching that game.
Yes.
He buckled the Boz, man.
Into the end zone.
Yeah. Dude's leg said, "I can't take this."
It was like when you saw it like it was in slow motion.
You did. And it was perfect,
and
though.
It was like a mano.
It was perfect.
And Bo said,
It was what
Not
people were
today.
watching that game
Yes,
for. That
yes,
hit.
yes.
And he buckled him, man.
and that was pretty much the end of the Boz.
It was.
Because
He got hurt. He got hurt, and then he couldn't take.
Then he went and started doing movies. And who knows where that
But
dude
he
is.
had an ironclad contract with Seattle, though, because the remainder of that contract
Was paid.
He was doing movies and still collecting the check during football season on Wednesdays in Hollywood. In Hollywood.
Wow. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this week of Cigar Talk. Hope you enjoyed the show. Don't be missing out when we get Robert Caldwell on, hopefully in the near future. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today. Until next time.
Keep smoking.
Boom.